There are several ways that you can add and work with watermarks within a Word document. In this video, I give you the complete rundown on watermarks so that you can become an expert in their use. Watermarks have been used for hundreds of years to identify documents and even to help prevent counterfeiting. For instance, hold some currency up to a light and you can see an image that looks like it's inside the paper. This is just one example of a watermark. In the world of Microsoft Word, a watermark is either text or an image that appears behind the main text of your document. If you've seen a printout with the word draft or confidential on it in faint text, then you've seen a common watermark. Word allows you to easily add watermarks to your documents. In fact, I showed you how to quickly add a watermark in a quick tip that I created a couple of years ago. In this video, though, I wanted to expand on that and discuss the different techniques that you can use to work with watermarks. The quickest way to add a watermark is to display the Design tab of the ribbon. Notice at the right side of this ribbon tab, there's a watermark tool. All you need to do is click on the tool and you can pick different watermarks that you can add to your document automatically. So for instance, if I wanted to have, we'll put draft right here. In the middle of the text, you can see that the word draft appears behind the text within this particular memo. That's how easy it is to add a simple watermark to your document. The other thing to remember is that if this document was multiple pages, that watermark would appear on every page within the document. You can also create a custom watermark if one of the built-in watermarks doesn't meet your needs. All you need to do is go to that watermark tool on the Design tab of the ribbon, and then down near the bottom here, there's an option that says Custom Watermark. Choose that, and you'll see the printed watermark dialog box appear on the screen. In most instances, you're going to want to choose a text watermark right here. All you need to do is specify in this field what text you want to use for this particular watermark. So if you wanted the company name in here, you could add that in here. You can specify the font and the size that you want for that, and you can indicate the color if you want a specific color for the watermark. I suggest you would always leave the semi-transparent selected over here, and that allows you to see it as a shadow in the background of your text. When you click on OK, well, then your watermark appears behind your text, just like draft or sample or any of the other built-in watermarks that there are available within Word. You can also use a picture as a watermark if you wanted to. All you need to do is display the Design tab of the ribbon, as we have on the screen here, choose the Watermark tool, and then go down to that Custom Watermark option once again. In the Printed Watermark dialog box, choose Picture, and then select your picture. You can select from just about anywhere. All you're doing is basically selecting a file. And so we're going to select the file that is out here on the desktop. We're going to select this one, and then I'm going to click on Insert. Now, it specifies that file where we've selected it, and the scale can be used to be automatic. That's generally a good idea, although you can, if you want to, specify a percentage for that particular image file that you're going to use as your watermark. I also suggest that you go ahead and use washout because that'll make it semi-transparent for appearance behind your text. All I did here was select the picture that I want, and I'm going to click on OK, and now you can see that that picture appears as a watermark behind my text. There's an important thing to remember here. If you want that image to be rotated in any way, you're going to have to do that before you import it and use it as a watermark in Word. In other words, you're going to want to do that within a graphics program. Rotate it there, and then Word will insert that file within this document to be used as a watermark. Again, remember, if this is multiple pages in this document, this watermark will appear behind every single page within that document. Before Microsoft added the Watermark tool to the Design tab of the ribbon, old-timers in Word would create a watermark and insert it using the normal graphics and text box functions that are available within Word. And they would do this by adding it within either the header area or the footer area of their document. For instance, let's say you wanted to do the old style way of doing this. Then you could go up here into the header area, double click on it. That opens the header and footer tab of the ribbon, and you can see that we're working within this header area. Now, within this area, I can insert a picture if I wanted to. So for instance, I can insert from a file by clicking on this Pictures tool up here. And I can go to my desktop and I can pick that same shield logo that we had here. Now notice it's inserted it, and I can accept this. And if I wanted to, I can adjust the size and the position and the features of this particular image. Now the way that we would do that, of course, is to right click on here, and I'm going to go with formatting the picture, and then I can make it have different characteristics that affect how it looks on my page. I can also then right click on this if I want to and do size and position. And this is where we do the placement behind the actual text within this document. What I would do is I would say that I want my text wrapping to be behind the text. Then I would adjust my position to be relative to the page itself. Now, right now, when I do this, I have it set to be 1 inch to the right of the page and 1/2 inch below the top of the page. But I can also adjust this so that the alignment is relative to the page itself. So I can say page, and I want it to be centered to the page. I can then do the same thing with the vertical so that it's centered relative to the page. And when I click on OK, you can see that it's moved it right to the center of the page. And I can also change the rotation of that image on the page. So this is the old school way of adding a watermark to your document. It gives you a little bit more flexibility than the built-in watermark tool, and it makes it a little bit more difficult for somebody to remove that watermark later. To accept these changes, all I have to do then is go back to my header or footer tool and click on Close, and you can see that that is now behind the text within my document. If your watermark has been added using the Watermark tool within Word, you can easily remove it by displaying the Design tab of the ribbon, clicking on the Watermark tool, and then down at the bottom you can see that there's the option that says Remove Watermark. When you select that, the watermark is gone from within your document. If I've added this watermark using the old school method, then I can remove it by simply going to the header or footer area of the document. I just double click on it up here, and I'm now within the header area. One of the things that I would do is make sure that you have non-printing characters displayed within Word. You do that over on the Home tab of the ribbon, and click on the Show Hide tool right down here. Now you can see the various non-printing characters that are visible within your document. At this point, notice what happens when I move the mouse pointer towards that image. When I get it anywhere over that image, it changes to a four-headed arrow. I can then click once, and I've now selected that graphic. I can hit the delete key, and the graphic is gone. And now I can go back to my header and footer, close it, and I've removed that watermark. There you have it, all the ways that you can work with watermarks within your document. As you practice with these and decide whether you want to do it using the watermark tool or the old school method of putting it in a header or footer, you increase the ways that you can work with your document and have it look just the way that you want for whatever purpose you need that watermark. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, please click the subscribe button and then click the bell icon. That way you'll be informed whenever I add a new video to the WordTips channel. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today.